Hey everyone, so today I want to talk to you about Zillow's failed flipping business.
Oh, I'm a failure.
Now I'm sure most of you have heard of Zillow. You've probably even looked at homes for rent or for sale on their app at some point, but it's possible you did not know about their flipping business. In 2018, the company's CEO, Richard Barton, began moving the company aggressively towards iBuying. There are several big iBuying companies, such as OfferPad, Opendoor, Redfin Now, and what was formerly Zillow Offers. The idea behind iBuying is for a large company to use the large amount of data and analytics that it has to identify an undervalued home to buy directly from the seller. They then put a minimal amount of money into minor improvements of the home and then immediately list it back on the market and pocket the profits. In the second quarter of 2021, iBuying made up only 1% of all home purchases, although in some hot markets like Phoenix, it totaled up to 5% of all home purchases.
That
Phoenix.
So hot right now.
It is a growing industry, and so Zillow naturally wanted to try their hand at it and ultimately become the Amazon of real estate, being involved in every aspect of the transaction. They were certainly shooting for the stars with this. At one point, Barton even wanted the company to buy as many as 5,000 homes a month. However, reality didn't pan out as nicely as Barton would have hoped. Between COVID and the volatility in the housing market, Zillow is shutting down its home buying division and laying off 25% of its workforce. Barton stated, "We went into the business as a big swing on the bet that we could accurately predict the price of a home 6 months in the future." This gamble backfired though, as Zillow Offers lost over $300 million over the last few months alone. They now have over 7,000 homes they need to sell, and they'll have to sell most of these for less than they paid for them. All in all, this is a big time disaster, and the company's stock price reflects it. So what can we learn from Zillow's mistakes? The first thing is that real estate is not a liquid asset.
Sucks.
No, it's just
It really, really
You don't mean that.
sucks.
You're bad people.
No, not liquid like water. An illiquid asset, the opposite of a liquid asset, is one that is more difficult to quickly convert into cash. And I believe one of Zillow's main issues was that they underestimated the illiquidity of real estate. When stock traders find a deal on the stock market that they can buy and sell, they can do so with the click of a button. Real estate, however, is not so quick. To identify a deal, to go through the process of purchasing it from a seller, doing the repairs necessary, and then selling it to another buyer can take at minimum 30 to 45 days, but it can often take several months. And with that amount of illiquidity and that amount of houses, it becomes very difficult to respond to market conditions. Market conditions such as supply chain shortages. I doubt Zillow expected the supply chain shortages of both materials and labor that we are now currently experiencing. I personally know how difficult it is to wait on materials or labor for an individual project. But I can't imagine how difficult that is with 9,000 plus houses at one time. I wouldn't fault Zillow for not seeing the future, but they could have done a better job preparing for contingencies like supply chain shortages and slowing the scale of their business until they had sufficient reserves. Another lesson that we can learn from them is that real estate will never fully be automated. It seemed to me that if anyone could fully automate the real estate process, it would have been Zillow. They have the biggest platform, they have the best data and the analytics, but they still could not successfully automate it all. There's only so much that even the best technology can do. For instance, algorithms don't know when a house has a crazy floor plan that buyers wouldn't like, or when one street over makes a big difference in price. You need a skilled local realtor for that. Maybe the biggest lesson I hope people will learn from this is that even Zillow, with all of its data and algorithms, could not accurately time the market. The CEO said that their business depended on them being able to accurately predict the market only 6 months into the future, and they still could not successfully do that. So here's the takeaway. If Zillow can't time the market, I can't time the market, and you can't time the market. I hear so many people say that they're going to wait before the market drops for them to buy a house. That's trying to time the market. And so I encourage people to make home purchases based primarily on the state of their income and personal finances, not the market. Because unless you're smarter than Zillow's data and algorithms, I would not bet on being able to time the market.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
The last takeaway for people is that for the vast majority of people, selling your home to an iBuyer is not the best option for you. You can likely get more money if you list your house on the market. Either way, you will definitely want to at least know your options, and that requires you to talk to a local agent that you trust. If you don't already have an agent, we would love for you to consider reaching out to me or Cameron for your real estate needs. We always put our clients first, and we work to ensure that they're taken care of. Thank you so much for watching our video, and we'll see you guys next time.